Hello and welcome to week 2 of AC1320, Accounting Software Systems and Principles, QuickBooks. Remember that the contact information is down here with the name, the email address, and the phone number, the email address being the preferred contact method generally. We also have office hours at 6 p.m. Pacific time on Mondays, and that's a different line down here. These are not required, but this is time that is carved out. If there are questions, it will be in a question and answer format rather than a lecture format. Would prefer to call in first to this line, and this conference call code may change, but it's either 1111 or 2222. And if we so need to after that, then we can go into the screen share software at that time and work some problems together if we need to do that, if that would be helpful to do. I'm going to scroll down to the current week that we are in, which will be week 2. And within week 2, we have the objectives, we've got the topics, and we have the lessons. We're going to be covering chapter 4, 5, and 6. Chapter 4 is going to be very small, so if we have Larry Landscaping up and running from the first session, then the first week from chapters 1 through 5, we will be using that same file. So it'll be the same type of format. We're going to move on to cash flows and then some other forms, and we're going to practice basically just creating those forms and then downloading them either as PDF files or as Excel files, and then saving those forms. Going to chapter 6, you might want to start a little bit, give yourself a little bit more time. We will be moving to another file. In this case, a new file. We'll be creating a new company in chapter 6. So that might be something a bit different than what we have been doing up until that point. Then we have the discussion forums on down. This is, of course, the activities that we need to complete on the week, and we're going to start with the discussion forums, and we got to get at least 4 posts within the discussion forums. We generally want to get more than 4 posts in there because 4 posts is the minimum we would need in order to achieve full credit. Remember that the posts accumulate upwards, so we're going to keep posting until we get to full credit. If we have a post that is less than full credit worthy within 1 post, we can still get to full credit by posting more posts on there. So a good post is going to have new content in it, and if you copy and paste something from the internet or something like that, just make sure to reference it, and I would recommend to recap it in your own words or discuss it in your own words as well for full credit on those. Then we have the assignments, so we've got the 2 assignments and the homework, and they're going to be covering these chapters 4, 5, and 6. So make sure to do the one that's covering chapter 4 because it will be pretty small. And the one that chapter 5 will be very similar. Remember that the chapter 6 one will be new. And there's no data file in the chapter 6 one because you're going to open a new company and start a new company on that. And of course, when you go into these items here, it'll be laid out in a similar way in that we'll have the instructional videos. We'll walk through what we need to do, and then we've got the assignment down here, and it'll also walk through the items that we're generally going to print out for these as well within the instructional video, and then we're going to want to submit it down here. There will be a submit button for all the information, and you can submit it as 1 file or multiple files, whatever is working for you to get that uploaded. We can't upload multiple files. Going to go back to the cookie trail up top and scroll back down to where we are at. And of course, remember to take the quiz by Sunday. The quiz cannot generally be made up unless there's an unusual circumstance, in which case I take that on a case-by-case basis. So you'd have to let me know on that. The other information we generally can make up for late work. It should still be open after the due date to pick up late work if we need to do so. Going to go to the gradebook over here on the left-hand side, green item. Now, remember that the grades are going to be due on Sunday. I have until Tuesday basically to fully upload everything. So, for example, at the end of week 1, you want to have everything input by Sunday. And then by Tuesday, I'm hoping around noon, there's lots of grade on this one, but I'm hoping around noon I'll have everything in there by Tuesday at noon. You're going to have a vision of what the gradebook should look like. And then once you check it at noon on Tuesday, then it'll populate and if it'll match what you're expecting. If it doesn't, then let me know. For example, the discussion forum will go from a dash to hopefully 100% because everybody's going for 100% there. The quiz should populate automatically. And then we have the assignment and the homeworks, which should populate as well. If you didn't do one of them, the dash will then turn into a 0, indicating that it has been graded at that point. And any zeros you will then want to pick up in week 2 and make sure to pick up the late work on those. Then, of course, at the end of week 2, what's going to happen is any work that was completed within week 2, whether it was stuff that should have been done in week 1 but is late, or new work that is completed in week 2, it's going to be due on Sunday. And the same process will happen in that I'll have until Tuesday, and hopefully Tuesday around noon, I'll have everything updated, and then you can go back in here and check anything for any work that was done within week 2. So that's going to be it for the week 2 overview, and so have a good week.